This is Palak Vadadia from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in Department of Electronics and Communication. Today we will discuss the subject that is network theory, and in network theory we will discuss the topic that is Z parameter example. In earlier session we have seen the theory that is related to Z parameter. That means how we can find out the condition for the symmetrical network, how we can find out the condition for the reciprocal network, as well as how we can find out the value of Z11, Z12, Z21 and Z22. Now using this concept, we will see the example. So here the example is obtain the Z parameter for the network given in figure and draw the Z parameter equivalent model and then find whether the network is reciprocal or symmetrical. And this diagram is given to us, right? So what we will do? First of all, I just want to simplify this diagram if it is possible. So here, how many loops are present? That is 1, 2 and 3 different loops are present. So what I'll do, if I can convert this 3 loop into the 2 loops, then what will happen? We can easily write down the equations, because then we will get only the 2 equations. One equation that is related to one loop and another equation that is related to another loop. So how I can convert this 3 loop into the 2 loop? Then yes, this is what, it's a delta connection, right? You can convert this delta into the star. So here when I convert this, then here I will get one resistor. And by using this 2 resistor, we will get 1 resistor. And this, using this 2, here also you will get 1 resistance. Right? And the value of this resistance is what? This resistance we will get using this 2. So we have to multiply this 2. That is 2 into 2, 4. Upon 2 plus 2 plus 2. That is what is a 6. So value of this is what? Is a 4 by 6. Here also it's a 4 by 6 and here also it's what? It's a 4 by 6. Now I will just draw this network. So what I get here? One resistance of 1 ohm. Then no need to draw this 2 resistor. Only we will draw a 1 resistor 4 by 6. That is what? It's a 2 by 3 ohm. Similarly here what we will get? That is 2 by 3 ohm. And using this 2, here we will get one resistance that is of 2 by 3 ohm, and then we have a 1 ohm of resistance like this. This is my port 2. So here the voltage is what? It's a V2 and the current is what? It's a I2. Similarly here my voltage is what? It's a V1 and current will become what? It's a I1. Now this 2 resistance that is connected in a series. So what will happen? Here value of this resistance is 1 plus 2 by 3. That equal to what? It's a 5 by 3 ohm. Here also it's a what? It's a 2 by 3 ohm. And here also this 2 resistance that is connected in a series. So the value is what? It's a 2 by 3 plus 1. That is 5 by 3 ohm. Like this. And same as this voltage is V2, this current is I2, here my voltage is V1 and this current is what? It's a I1. Now in the next, see this is my diagram. Now here as I discussed, simply I just write down the loop equation. Why I require the loop equation? Because see I want to find out the Z parameter. And in a Z parameter, my equations are what? It's a V1 that equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 into I2 and V2 that equal to Z21 into I1 plus Z22 into I2. That means the equations are in the form of voltage. And when I want to find out the voltage, I should use KVL instead of KCL. Alright, that's why we are writing the KVL or we can say loop equation. So here see current are passing in this direction, so plus minus or plus minus. This current is I1 and this current is what? It's a I2. Alright. So here my equation will become V1 that equal to 5 by 3 I1 plus 2 by 3. See this current I1 and I2, both the current are flowing what? It's a down inside. So what we have to do? We have to add these two current because I1 is also entering from the positive terminal and I2 is also entering from the positive terminal. So here I will get I1 plus I2. Now you just open the bracket. So 5 by 3 I1 plus 2 by 3 I1 plus 2 by 3 I2. So the V1 we will get, that is 7 by 3 I1 plus 2 by 3 I2. This will become my equation number 1. Similarly, I will write the equation for this loop. So here what I get? V2 that equal to 5 by 3 I2 because the current are passing in this direction. Then plus 2 by 3 here, it's a I1 plus I2. Again, if you open this bracket, then we will get, first I am just writing the I1 term, that is 2 by 3 I1 plus it is what? It's a 7 by 3 I2. And this will become my equation number what? It's a 2. Now here, see these are my two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. Now what I'll do? I'll just simply compare this with our standard equation. And my standard equation is what? It's a Z11 into I1 plus Z12 into I2 and V2 that equal to Z21 into I1 plus Z22 into I2. Now this is equation 3, this is equation 4. Now just compare equation number 1 and 3. See here, V1, V1, here also I1, I1, I2, I2. So the value of Z11 that will become 7 by 3. And the value of Z12 that will become 2 by 3. And as we discussed, that is Z is what? It's an impedance parameter. So the unit of impedance is what? It's a ohm. Here also it's a ohm. Now here second, you just compare our equation number 2 and 4. So the value of Z21 that will become 2 by 3 ohm and the value of Z22 that will become 7 by 3 ohm. Now here, see the value of Z11, Z12, Z21 and Z22. Now we know that, see we can write down Z in terms of matrix, that is Z11, here Z12, then Z21 and Z22. So this will become what? It's a 7 by 3. Instead of Z11, what we can put 7 by 3. Z12 is what? It's a 2 by 3. Z21 that is 2 by 3 and Z22 that equal to 7 by 3 and just write down the unit, that is what? It's a ohm. So this is what is a Z parameter. See, you can find out the value of Z parameter by taking I1 equal to 0 and I2 equal to 0. You can use any method but your answer will remain same. But this is the easiest method to find out the Z parameter. Now next, see we want to draw the equivalent diagram, right? How we can draw? Then here, see this is my voltage V1, we know that, and this is current I1. Now you just recall earlier session, in that we just multiply I1 with the Z11 because see here I1 is multiplied with the 7 by 3 ohm. And as such here we do not have any term that is related to I1. So what we will do? Here plus minus. And this value, that is what? It's a 2 by 3 I2. Alright, plus and minus. Now here at the output side V2, and this V2 and this current is what is a I2. Just you check here. Here we do not have I2. Yes, here we have a I2. So we have to multiply this with the 7 by 3 ohm. And then this we will make as a dependent source. And the value is what? Is a plus minus 2 by 3 into I1. And just connect this two. Alright. So this is the equivalent diagram for the given example. Now here, see next we just want to find out whether the network is symmetrical or not. Then for the symmetrical network, the condition is Z11 that equal to Z22. Here, yes, see this is what is a Z11, this is Z22. So Z11 that equal to Z22. So our network is what? It's a symmetrical network. And for the reciprocal network, the condition is Z12 that equal to Z21. Yes, here Z12 that equal to Z21. So our network is what? Is a reciprocal network. So in this example, first we have just find out the Z parameter, then we just draw the equivalent diagram, and then we just find out that our network is symmetrical as well as it's a reciprocal. See now here, this is the second example. Here also we want to find out what is a Z parameter. So here we will just consider current I1 and here we will just consider current I2. So first we will just write down the equation for this. So V1, then here see, this is what is a plus minus and here also 0.5 V2. That also if you see then it's a plus and minus. So minus plus plus minus. So what we have to do? We have to do the subtraction. So here we have a 0.5 V2 that equal to tan I1 plus 5 I1 plus I2. So our equation will become V1 that equal to 15 I1 plus 5 I2 plus 0.5 V2. This will become my equation number 1. Now we will write the equation for the second loop. This equation will become V2 and here also see the minus plus plus minus. So what we have to do? Voltage subtraction. And if you want to write down just loop equation, then you can write down loop equation, no problem. Then V2 minus 0.5 V2 that equal to 20 I2 plus 5 I1 plus I2. So here what do I get? 0.5 V2 that equal to 5 I1 plus 25 I2. I want only the value of V2, not 0.5 V2. So I just divide this equation with the 0.5. So V2 that equal to 10 I1 plus 50 I2. See, if I want to compare this with the standard equation, then here this equation is perfect because V2 is in terms of I1 and I2. But in this equation, I1 is there, I2 is there. But unwanted term is what? It's a V2. So what I do, I'll just substitute this value in this equation. So my equation will become V1 that equal to 15 I1 plus 5 I2 plus 0.5. Here you just substitute 10 I1 plus 50 I2. So the equation of V1 that will become, say 0.5 into 10, that is what? It's a 5. And 15 plus 5, that is what? It's a 20 I1. And here also 0.5 into 50, that is 25. 25 plus 5, that equal to what? It's a 30 I2. So this will become my equation number 2. See now this is my 2 equation. So what I'll do, I'll just compare this with my standard equation. V1 that equal to Z11 into I1 plus Z12 into I2. and V2 that equal to Z21 into I1 plus Z22 into I2. So if you compare these two equations, then the value of Z11 will become 20 ohm. Z12 will become what? It's a 30 ohm. And now you just compare these two equations. So the value of Z21 that will become 10 ohm and the value of Z22 that will become 50 ohm. Now you just write down this equation in the form of matrix. So 20, 30, 10 and 50. Right? So this is the way how you can solve the example of Z parameter if you have any dependent source. In the first example, just we solve the resistive circuit, and in the second example, we solve with the dependent source. So I hope this session is clear. Thank you.